It's been a long couple of weeks. I started off doing a track system last year with just electric posts, and it worked really, really well. So I thought this year I'll put the posts in properly. Wow. We had a petrol post rammer, but it's so heavy, but it does work. I think we used about 140 posts, and this is the beginning. They're being so good and sort of keeping out the way and just eating the grass, which, to be fair, Fatty shouldn't have. But now, after spending several days up and down the mounting block, whacking them in, setting all the tape up, it's actually started to begin to look as it ought. The sections in the middle are going to be left for standing hay in the winter, and I might leave the larger one for springtime so that it's really, really dead, stalky and coarse. And this is after they've been on a couple of days, so please ignore the fact that I hadn't poo-picked. So you can see that it's all, the grass is very limited now, so that's brilliant for Fatty during the day. And SFB goes into the grass paddock so he can have his fill, and then everybody's happy. Okay, well, Fatty's not happy because she can't stuff herself, but they've got so many different options of ways to go. And then I put soaked hay out throughout the day and overnight, all dotted around the track, so they have to go in various different places. And this section here where it's larger, I've actually planted a little herb garden and some tyres now. But as you can see, they've got so many different options of directions, so they actually have to go and forage for their hay. It makes Fatty move quite a lot more. She does, and they've got the windbreak from the hedge. She very much likes to eat that hedge. I don't need to get any flails in. She does also like to itch on it, which is why some of the external posts aren't looking so happy. But this is just like a whistle-stop tour of the track system now. There's a few little bits and bobs to get completed, but mainly it's how I actually wanted it. As you can see, they've had a nice little roll in that central section. And when I took this video, they were just finishing off the last path. So she's at one end having a good munch on a small section of grass, and he's at the other. Now they've eaten all that grass down and that section's open too. And that's the larger paddock that I'm going to use for standing hay, or maybe next spring. And then Fatty can go and eat her heart's content. So I put a water buffet out too. So one has salt in, and the one that Fatty's in is turmeric, which she seemed to enjoy. I'm not sure, think about it. I'll just have a splash. Ooh. Not sure quite what startled her then. SFBs, yeah, not quite so bothered actually, thanks. But they've got fresh water in the auto trough behind them, so they've got a free choice. SFB's thinking about it, but he wants what she's got. But he's a bit too much of a wuss to try and push his way in. Oh, she's told him where to go. So after this, I actually managed to take SFB out for a lovely hack. It was beautiful weather, but if you look closely at that photo, for some reason he still felt he had to take hay all the way around the hack. But it's fab having got this done and actually be able to ride my ponies again. Sort of remember why I got them in the first place.